VAE is Wenger's exclusive technology that lets musicians transform the acoustics of their practice space like changing channels on a television. VAE's ability to enhance what the musician hears dramatically improves their ability to understand how they will sound in a richer performance venue, and in turn, adjust how they will perform to fill that space. Wenger has carefully programmed our VAE technology to provide 9 virtual acoustic environments, from small auditoriums and Baroque rooms to cathedrals and arenas. In a nutshell, VAE lets you practice where you're going to perform, and it's as simple as pushing a button. For almost 20 years, Wenger's VAE technology has transported musicians to exciting new venues. The VAE practice technology in a SoundLock sound isolation room has allowed musicians to work alone or in small groups, perfecting their sound without disturbing others who are practicing nearby. Wenger's VAE Studio allows you to convert an existing faculty studio or built-in practice room to one that incorporates the acoustic simulation capabilities of our VAE technology. And now our VAE Rehearsal brings VAE technology to the music rehearsal space, where the entire chorale or instrumental ensemble can benefit from rehearsing in performance environments.
We started with a pretty good rehearsal space before the installation. But after the installation, I remember that first time that the students were in the room and they played, and of course there was the wow factor and the oohs and the ahs and the can we do that again and try different settings. What I really appreciated in the students' work with this system, as well as my own, is that they moved very quickly from simply oohs and ahs to talking about how they were listening to themselves differently and listening to each other differently. And while the oohs and ahs really are fun and kids are inspired by them, they quickly found that they worked differently and they worked more intelligently in their rehearsal process.
The VAE system uses specially programmed digital signal processing, professional quality speakers, strategically placed studio-grade microphones, and central to the operation of the system, an easy-to-use control panel.
The beauty of the Wenger VAE system is, well, 3, really. One is simplicity. It's very easy to use, touch of a button. I can quickly, either from the podium by moving the unit right to where I am, or I can have it set aside, quickly reach back, push one button, and we've been able to change that environment. So it's very easy to use. Students can use this, or I can ask them to not use it. It's also very flexible, again, with lots of different settings for us to use, but I don't have to worry about them. They're preset, and we just go. And I can record in any of those environments. I can either mute and record that way, or I can turn it on, and any of those 9 spaces are emulated in the recording, either for rehearsal use, for immediate listening, or to save for future use or an audition.
Wenger's VAE system comes with 9 preset acoustical environments, ranging from a small Baroque recital hall, which is very bright sounding, to a very long and narrow cathedral that provides a long sound decay and early sound reflections. Capabilities also include record, playback, and the ability to add accompaniments.
Like any high school, we have one auditorium and many users, and time in the auditorium is very, very limited. And it's difficult to make transitions to new environments like that. So one of the draws from this right from the beginning was to have a Wayzata auditorium setting, so that while we are rehearsing in our space, we feel like we're rehearsing on stage. The Wenger engineers and acousticians have come in, measured the acoustic environment in the auditorium, and recreated that here in our room, so that transition is smooth for our young musicians.
VAE rehearsal is powerful enough to transform an entire room full of instruments. But its amazing ability to transform sound is easy to hear, even with the simple plucking of a violin.
Daily rehearsals in this room are with my string orchestras. So that's our primary users. I have 3 string orchestras, grades 9 through 12, audition groups, non-audition groups, so across a skill range. And they all notice actually very similar effects on their rehearsal process. It doesn't really matter where their skill level is at. We've also used it with our full symphony orchestra, so it's able to work with the energy of adding winds and percussion as well very effectively. After school, we get a lot of students coming in, and occasionally a faculty member that wants to come into this space and use it to work individually. And again, it's that mix of being inspired by playing in a cathedral and stopping to really listen to themselves differently. Maybe if they're in that bright environment or a resonant environment, they're listening to that last note and starting to ask themselves, is that really the tone that I wanted? Is that really the pitch that I wanted? Maybe I want to do that again. And anytime we can inspire ourselves to practice one more time, that's a good thing.